Good evening and welcome to the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. I have met the most amazing young lady who believes in health in a way that I just think is fantastic, and we've got to talk about it. I'm not sure if I'm yet ready to follow her her recipe, but it's amazing. She's a raw vegan. All she does all day long, 7 days a week, is eat raw vegetables. And she thinks it's changed her life and her attitude, her personality, her body, everything. I want to introduce you to Gillian Berry. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So seriously, raw vegetables, nothing but. Never cooked, no meat, no sushi.
No meat, no sushi, no, because they're raw foods. They have like the life force in them, right?
They have the life force in them.
They're alive. So they're not like when you cook them, in a sense, like you just lose some of the life force and you drastically lose the enzymes and you drastically reduce and almost completely eliminate the water content. So it's so much harder for your body to digest cooked food versus the raw food. It's a huge misconception. People think like raw fruits and vegetables are hard to digest. And maybe they are if they don't eat very many of them because of their gut microbiome. But once you start to eat, because of the condition of their gut microbiome.
Microbiome.
Yeah.
What's gut microbiome?
I know, it's crazy. More people need to know about the gut microbiome. So we have trillions of bacteria on and in us. So many of them are virus, parasites, and bacteria. So when you eat food, you're either feeding the good gut bacteria or the bad gut bacteria. And when you eat certain things, like if you eat McDonald's, you're feeding a different type of bacteria than if you're eating like dandelion green salad or papaya or a smoothie or something like that. And it's a proven fact, the longest living, healthiest, most robust people have like a very diverse gut microbiome. So they eat the most wide variety of plants. So I don't just eat vegetables. That sounds like very boring. I eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds. I make amazing recipes. So I'm excited to have you on my YouTube channel.
So tell me about this YouTube channel and podcast that you're doing.
Yeah, so I started a YouTube channel last year and I absolutely love it. It's my greatest passion. So it is based around raw veganism, health and wellness, and spirituality. And I interview a lot of people for my channel as well, people that have had like massive transformations, like not necessarily all raw vegan, just like health and wellness transformations. And I recently had somebody on, Jackie Waters. She transferred to a raw vegan diet. So she was close to 400 pounds and she's lost almost 200 pounds, totally come to life, totally transformed her life. So I interview people that do juice cleanses. Like one girl did a long-term juice cleanse, totally saved her life. Like she was in a wheelchair.
What is a juice cleanse?
So a juice cleanse is where you only drink juice for a period of time. So even if that's just one day, you only drink juices.
Why would someone want to do that?
Because it just nourishes, feeds your cell on like a deep level, and your body works so hard to digest food. So if you do a juice cleanse, you're getting all the nutrients, but your body doesn't have to work hard to digest the food. So the result is like, in most cases, if you're drinking enough calories, a tremendous amount of energy, more energy, you need less sleep, and your body can work on healing and repairing things that might need work that otherwise it can't because you're so busy digesting food, right?
What's the longest juice cleanse you've gone on?
I did 37 days once in 2019, and it was the best 37 days of my life. I just got a little bored, so that's why I stopped. But I know people. Pardon?
What was the juice? Banana juice or?
No, I don't even know. I don't think you can juice bananas, but a variety of juices. The lemon ginger blast.
Which so you can change the juice.
You change the juice. Okay, and I would drink coconut water.
I thought you had to have just orange juice the whole time.
No, orange juice, grapefruit juice, green juice, coconut water. It's amazing. It's worth the effort and it's worth the discipline because you get great results. And
so you did this for 37 days. You said it was the best 37 days of your life. Like, what happened?
I just felt so mentally clear because your gut doesn't have all that extra waste. And I had so much energy, more than ever. My eyes got brighter, whiter, and I needed drastically less sleep. To the point like...
Your eyes got brighter and whiter?
Yeah, you'll notice with a lot of raw vegans too. Like the girl I said who came on my channel lost a lot of weight even. Like her eyes just brighten. Like I even know people who eye color have changed color on the raw vegan diet. There's a couple really well-known people. Their eyes have completely changed color. It's just the living foods do so much. And yeah.
Now you said you talk about raw veganism, health and
health and wellness, like colonics, things like that,
and spirituality. So tell me about health and wellness. What do you talk about? What do you?
So things with health and wellness might be. I did a video at the colonics studio where I go for colonics now and then. So colonics, enemas, like exercise, that type of thing. Spirituality. I had somebody on my channel who had a near-death experience. So she met God and she shared her experience. I'm really fascinated by near-death experiences. And I've been watching them for years. They're huge on YouTube. And these stories, like if you watch them, there's just so many stories, hundreds of thousands of stories, and everybody has the same experience. And
What's that? What's the same experience?
Like the same experience in that so many of them, when they temporarily die and leave their body, like say they're in the hospital room, in an operating room or something, and they die and leave their body, there's things that would be impossible for them to know that took place in that room because of the state of their body that they can say, or they can say things were happening in other rooms in the hospital. And then many of them say they went to the other side and they met God and they had a life review. And they say in their life review, they review everything from their life and they feel what the other people felt. Like, you know, like I would feel what you're feeling right now interacting with me, or maybe if I hurt you in a situation, I would feel your feelings, or if I made you happy and things like that. So I'm fascinated by them.
Really? So they died, they went to the other side, they sat down with God and had a life review.
Yeah. So all these stories, like these near-death experiences.
That's exciting and scary at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the people said
they realized,
some people said they realized they were doing everything wrong. And then they came back and they totally changed their lives. So, yeah.
Fascinating. Unbelievable. How'd you get into all this? Actually, you know, don't answer that question. Think about it. After the break, I'm going to ask you how you got into all this.
Okay.
This is fascinating. Raw veganism, health and wellness, and spirituality with Gillian Berry, who's got her own YouTube channel and podcast. We're going to take a break and come back more with Gillian Berry in just a minute. Stay with us, everybody. Welcome back to the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. We're having an interesting chat about raw veganism, health and wellness, and spirituality with Gillian Berry, who is a raw vegan and who has a YouTube channel and podcast on the topic. And she says it's exciting and your passion and what you're really into, and your energy is just sort of, you know, magnetic. So yeah, it's obviously had an impact. So tell me, how did you get into all this?
So when my first daughter was born, YouTube and all that, or you mean how did I get into like
raw vegan?
Well, when my first daughter was born close to 10 years ago, I had a lot of health problems. So I had like big digestive problems mainly, and I was having like a lot of like big time depression and stress and anxiety, panic attacks, like a lot of fatigue. I felt like I would need naps. The doctors would just say like, you're a new mom, but I knew like it was something deeper. So I went to a lot of doctors. The 18th doctor said like, maybe you're allergic to gluten. So I removed gluten, which is in like breads, pastas, things like that. And I felt like the brain fog had lifted within a day. I felt so good. Really? So then I thought, if this is affecting me, I removed dairy, my skin cleared up. And that sort of led me down that path. And then I was just willing to try anything to see how good I could feel. Like it was just all about feeling my best. I even tried the blood type O diet. My blood type is O, and it's like a heavy meat diet, which is crazy for me to think now because I've developed like a big compassion for the animals too now. But I tried that and it didn't work. And yeah, so one night I read something and it was about living foods by Dr. Sebi. It was some literature I was reading, and then I thought, okay, I've never heard of this before. You just don't cook your food. It sounds legit and sounds smart. So the first day I tried it, I felt better than I've ever felt in my whole entire life. It was like September 1st, 2016. And by the end of the day, I was like, holy, this is how I'm meant to feel. So I've done it ever since. And there have been times.
Since 2016?
Yes, since 2016. So over 5 years.
You never like fell off the wagon?
Yeah, I did. When I went through my divorce, I fell off the wagon and I started drinking again, having a bit of stuff, and I felt terrible. But even aside from that, there were some times where I would have a cooked.
So alcohol isn't raw vegan. So you can't have alcohol?
Well, I don't have alcohol. I used to drink a lot of alcohol, but I feel so much better without it.
No wine?
No, but I think that some wines are raw vegan.
Gonna have to find one.
Yeah, I'll have to find one when you come on my channel to do a 24-hour raw vegan challenge.
You posted a picture, and maybe you've done this before, but I noticed on social media, you posted a picture of you, I think it was 10 years ago and today. And you said that your body type had changed because of being a raw vegan. Has it? Yeah, definitely. I look different. I'm a different person. You look different.
It's a very anti-aging diet. So you can see that with the long-term raw vegans, as long as they're doing the diet properly. I feel like if some vegans don't do it properly, and maybe they're not cleansed properly, so they're not absorbing the nutrients right, or they're not eating sufficient quantities, or not making sure they have all the nutrients covered, then maybe in some cases it doesn't work and like they look a bit deteriorated. But I feel like when you do the diet properly, it absolutely works. It absolutely works for me. I eat a lot of calories. I eat a wide variety. And I look a lot better than I looked in my 20s. And I'm turning 40 this year. I feel great. And if you see other raw vegans, like I know this one raw vegan, she's in her 70s. She looks incredible. I just interviewed one. She's 83. It's like talking to a 35-year-old. It was.
And 83, how long has she been a raw vegan?
So she's been vegan, I think, since her 30s. And she was raw vegan for 12 years. And she looks great. Super thick hair and just...
Now, you said it changed your look, but not just weight. It was something more than that?
Yeah, like I didn't have... Like my weight has always been similar. I actually weigh more as a raw vegan now than I did before. But I've also had a second baby. But yeah, I mean, it's changed my looks. But more importantly, it's changed how I feel. That's why I do the diet, because I just feel so alive and amazing. And I know if I eat the cooked food now, it just makes me feel like lower vibe. And I used to eat cooked food, so I'm not insulting anybody who eats it and saying you're low vibe or anything. But I'm just saying for me, like it just makes me feel less excited and more tired. And I wake up so tired and so dehydrated.
You don't need as much sleep now.
No, you need a lot. Like I feel like I need way less sleep than if I was to eat a cooked meal.
Really?
And way less water, because the fruits and vegetables are so high in water content. So like I used to like feel like the last time I had a cooked meal, it was a vegan soup. I felt so dehydrated for 2 days because it lacks the water content, right? So the fruits and vegetables have the water. You don't ever get like that, like, oh my gosh, I need water, or else like, I still drink water. You need water, but you're so hydrated on a cellular level. That's why it's like so anti-aging too, right? Your body's not starving to be hydrated.
Is there a halfway point? If you don't want to go completely, just eating more raw vegetables and fruits, even if you're going to have that steak, that's okay?
Just adding in more living foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds does so much for your gut microbiome even, and for your immune system. And for your health. You don't have to go all the way if you don't want to. And I'm not one of these vegans. It's like my way or the highway. It's all about doing what works for you. And this works for me.
Now, you mentioned health and wellness and colonic things. Tell me what this is all about.
Colonics?
Yeah.
So now and then I do a colonic. They can be great.
What is a colonic?
So a colonic is where you have a water flush from your colon. And it's a 45-minute session. And they can clean out old waste and things that are inside you that are hard to get out, because sometimes we eat things that aren't intended for our body for a number of decades. And things can build up in our colon, and it can sometimes be backed up. So I still do colonics now and then. So I don't know how to put it in a nice way. It's a tube that's shoved up your butt, and then you go for a session, but it doesn't hurt or anything. You feel amazing afterwards.
Okay. I'll believe you. What else do you do from a health and wellness standpoint?
I don't know. I'm just all about health and wellness, like head to toe. Like, I'd love to do more meditating. So I have some videos on that, but just, I have my kids, so I'm a little busy and don't have much time for that right now, but just overall, like exercising, things like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the spirituality that you say you're into and these near-death experiences, how has that changed you?
That has changed me a lot, like all the near-death experiences and everything. It's helped me feel more connected to God and not afraid of death and less fearful. And it's made me realize and become more conscious of the fact that we need to be more love-based and not fear-based. And I'm not saying that I always am. I'm absolutely not. I'm still learning, but it's just awakened me more. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You mentioned that you went through a divorce.
Yeah. Has
this been helpful to the situation, or not relevant to it?
Has what been helpful?
You're raw vegan.
Oh, big time. You know what? Our relationship, I don't know where we're at right now. We're on great terms and we're co-parenting and we're trying to make it work. So I don't really know where we stand, but it was really bad for a couple of years. And without the raw vegan diet, I don't even know where I would be, because I don't even know. I can't imagine if I was still drinking and eating how I used to eat. It would have just been 10 times more depressing then. And it's been a very difficult couple of years. So I think it's possibly saved my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Saved your life?
Yeah, I know quite a number of people. It's literally saved their life. Like people who are recovering drug addicts, or just had major health problems.
So an apple a day keeps the doctor away is a pretty good little lingo.
Yeah, and apples help prevent the growth of bad bacteria in your gut, and they help feed the good gut bacteria. And your gut is so connected to your brain. So the more you feed these like living happy foods to your gut, the happier you'll feel.
If people want to check out your YouTube channel and try this, even if it's for half a day or something like that, how do they do that?
They can go on YouTube and look me up under Gillian Berry.
Barry, perfect last name.
I know, right? It's meant to be. It's meant to be. And my channel, my subscribers are great. They are not all raw vegan. Most people just want to incorporate more living foods and learn how to fight off cravings and just live a little bit of a healthier life.
So I heard a rumor that your mother owns a steak restaurant.
She does.
Like that's got to be like just like unbelievable.
Yeah. You know what? It's all good though. I don't judge. But yeah, she does. It's pretty opposite. But you know what? She's been eating a lot of raw. She's been staying with me for a little bit and she's been eating raw and she loves it. Like I make her the raw pasta dishes and she's been doing great.
Don't promote that too much. It'll be bad for her steak restaurant.
True.
Well, it's a real pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to actually giving this a try. And I have been trying. I like my steak. There's just no question about that. And I like my wine too. I have to admit that. But I have been trying to eat a lot more fruit and a lot more nuts. And maybe I'll go for the berries.
Yeah.
I had a big, beautiful blueberry pie this weekend, but you wouldn't approve of that because it was cooked.
No, but you know what? You can get the best raw vegan desserts ever. And when we do our challenge, I will bring you some. You'll be blown away.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Tell me again what the YouTube site is.
So it's Gillian Berry. Gillian with a G and then berry like the blueberry.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
That's our show for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Gillian Berry. Check out her raw vegan YouTube channel. Lots of great recipes, lots of great examples of what you can do. She posts every day on Facebook and Instagram, other great stories. And so someone interesting to watch if you want to get motivated, even if you just want a little bit more health and wellness and a little bit of improvement in diet. You don't have to go 100%. I think a little bit is worthwhile. So thanks for joining us. That's our show for tonight. Good night, everybody.